Good night, good afternoon, everyone. Do you want to hear a fun fact? You should if you're watching this. The first ever black superhero movie was a movie from 1977. But it was the first ever black superhero movie. And the second was, if I can remember correctly, was Meteor Man. And the third, if I can remember correctly, I don't know the name. It was something else, but it was from the 90s. And I think the, I think the fourth was either it was Blade. That was the third, or something else. I can't fully remember. But I think it's a fun fact to know about. Now, those was the first true ever black superhero movie, not including Shaft. Shaft is of its own quality. I think it's kind of weird how movies work nowadays. Like you could bring out a hot blockbuster nowadays, but it's kind of weird how blockbusters work. There'd be hot ones and shardy ones. Sometimes the hot ones can be shardy afterwards. You have the hottest of blockbusters. No, nowadays, eh, don't really do that for anybody anymore. We don't really do that for anybody anymore. Because we had the hottest of blockbusters these past couple of years. We had Deadpool who came out, and that was like amazing. But not because it was Deadpool, because create something was that was. We all know this by fact. Disney needs help when it comes to like movie magic nowadays. Disney tried to create its own movie magic and see how that goes. Not that far. It didn't vanish. It's still there, but it's like it's plainly there as I can see, but literally I can't see that far. It could have been the best movie in the whole entire world, but not every movie that called itself the best movie is the best movie. You have the biggest blockbusters that is unknown to release, and sometimes the movie end up being trash. It's garbage. It's dog barter. And it's not because of the acting skills all the time. It's because after it comes out, days later, we understand sometimes the meaning behind things, or we analyze it, or we overanalyze things, which sometimes makes it much more worse than it actually is. Every movie have a secret hidden meaning. Even the writers sometimes don't know it until the movie comes out. And sometimes every meaning is not always pointless. Sometimes the meaning can actually be frightening, and sometimes the meaning can be reliefful. And sometimes the meaning can be very darker than what it's actually trying to give you. Sometimes the meaning of movies sometimes can be much more darker than you actually can think of. There are many movies that have secret hidden meanings that feel somewhat darker than they actually are. And sometimes we know the secret hidden meaning, but if we realize we don't want to know. Okay, let me get back to the Thanksgiving food I was talking about. I want food that you actually like. All Thanksgiving food. When you are celebrating Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving food should be what you want, what you like, what you have for Thanksgiving. It shouldn't be whatever everybody else wants sometimes. And sometimes I don't blame someone for making Thanksgiving food. Sometimes I'll be happy that someone else make Thanksgiving food because sometimes I don't feel like cooking. And sometimes I don't want to cook because I will be eating other people's weight. I'm going to end this video off saying good night, see you later, and bye bye.